Italian chicken stack
with
with
Israeli couscous.
Yeah. So first
we've got olive oil and butter in this pan.
Mhm.
We're gonna turn this on and start heating it up. A tablespoon of each.
Mhm.
We have asparagus that you were supposed to use a vegetable peeler to make ribbons, but mine for some reason didn't want
What
to.
did we do?
So I cut them with a knife to make them like super skinny. I made them as thin as I could. Those we're gonna set aside. And we have chicken, just boneless, skinless chicken breast that we've pounded out and put in a Ziploc bag.
Did you put something on there?
With a little bit of whole wheat flour and some salt. And we just shook it like this to coat it. That's our Israeli
It looks like dog
couscous.
food.
It's ready to go when our water's boiling. Once this is melted, we're gonna fry the chicken on each side for just a few minutes to get it crispy and golden, and then we're gonna transfer it to this baking sheet and pop it in the oven to finish cooking that way. And then, yeah.
And then, wait, don't we need the ham?
The ham goes on at the end. The prosciutto goes on at the end. So we don't have to worry about that right now. So we're just gonna take this one little step at a time.
Why is there a white piece?
I don't know. Put that back though. So once our water boils, we'll put our Israeli couscous in, and then I have another pan for the asparagus, but that'll only take a few minutes, so we're gonna do that right at the end.
It's almost time for the chicken.
Yep, it's gotta let this heat up a smidgen more, and then we will pop this chicken in. Careful, I'm gonna use this little tong.
Can do it.
I'm gonna use the tong
Can you do it?
in a minute. Not quite yet. Still waiting on the rest of this ghee to melt off. So that's four. Well, I cut the chicken breasts
Do we
into
each
four.
get one?
Yes, because they were huge. So I cut them into 4 smaller pieces, and I used a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour and probably about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and just threw that in
They
there.
look like peels.
Look like pitas. Well, they're not.
I grabbed.
And that's boiling, so I'm gonna pop this in. You gotta kind of shake off the extra.
Oh,
You get it?
Yeah.
We're gonna turn that down to low now. All right. Set it on the side. All right. The oil probably wasn't hot enough yet. That's okay. Shake it off a little bit. Get all the extra
Oh,
off.
this is the big one.
Yeah, that one was too hard to cut because it was not big enough to cut any smaller. Here, give me that
Yeah.
real quick. We gotta get this the end off.
Split it over.
Yeah. All right. And I have our oven preheated to 375 for when these have browned. Then we're gonna pop that in. Good job.
Oh, there's a
That's
lot
fine.
of extra.
Move that piece fit there. Do I need to move this one over?
This should.
It should fit. Put the fat end over and toward that. Oh, don't do that on brown. Can you get it?
Whoa.
Keep it over the counter. That one's being stubborn, huh? Ah, there you go. Now you got a good grip on it. Here, we'll move this around a little bit. And then we'll just throw that bag of flour out. And like I said, we'll cook these for a couple minutes per side. Just
Like
till they're
2 minutes.
just till they're golden and kind of crispy. And then we're going to transfer them to the plate. But don't throw away your oil and butter mixture because we're going to make a sauce out of that in a bit.
Can I put this away?
Nope, I'm going to need it to flip up.
We'll be back. Okay, so we put our chicken in the oven. We put 2 minutes on each side.
About 2 to 3 minutes per
Now we
side.
have ghee in this.
There's ghee and butter, or ghee and olive oil in this pan. This is going to be for the asparagus in a little while. But we added one more tablespoon of ghee to this one. And now we are going to add 1 cup of chicken broth. Pour that in carefully. Good job. And 1 more tablespoon of butter, ghee, whatever you want to call it. You use butter or ghee. We like to use ghee. It's a little healthier. I also don't like frying things a lot, so we're kind of changing this recipe a smidge. All right, whisk that around.
What about this cornstarch?
That's for the asparagus because we cook that in this little bit of oil over here. There's a lot of oil in this recipe, so if you make it, make sure that you do enough exercise to burn it all off. It's quite a bit of fat, and I'm even cutting some of the fat out. Remember, make sure you whisk it and scrape up all those little brown pieces on the bottom. Those are going to make it taste really good. So we want to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes, whisking constantly. And we just keep on going. And then we're going to set that aside. So we will show you when that 2 minutes is done.
So our
Sauce, we're
is
set
done.
aside.
And the couscous.
You almost done? So we're just going to let that be. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Make sure it's even on the top. Here.
Oh, the knife. I know how to do it.
Just make sure it stays. Other side. Other side. Use the flat side. Oh, yep. The flat side of the knife, not the round side. Nice job. And then just sprinkle that over the asparagus. Or dump it. And we're just gonna toss this around a little bit. We have our oil and butter heating up in the pan, and we're just gonna pop
Can I
these.
get the ham?
You can get out the ham and the fontina cheese, please.
Can I pepper jack?
No, it's fontina tonight.
Okay. Where'd the pan?
It's in a wedge.
A wedge? Oh. Does it have a red, like,
Yep, the little wrapper.
that's a wrapper?
Kind of, it's like a wax. All right, these are coated nicely.
Cheese and prosciutto.
Put these in here.
Which shelf does this go on?
Middle and the spinny. We are gonna cook these up just a few minutes just to get them crisp, tender. Woo. And then I'm going to grab the lid in case they get done. Is there a spot? Did you find a spot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And then we will be back when we are ready to assemble our chicken.
Yep.
Pull our chicken out.
Yep. Pull our chicken out.
So now we get to put on
Ham.
some prosciutto, which did not come apart very nicely. It's being very
Clumsy.
annoying. So we're just going to cover this. I think this is about 6 really thin slices of prosciutto. I'm going to put a little bit on each one. We'll just use all 6 slices because...
What if it's hanging?
Why not? It doesn't matter.
Yep. Put more on.
Mm-mm.
I get the rest.
All right. And then we're going to put 2 basil leaves on each chicken breast.
I do mine. No!
Oh no.
I'll give myself the 4 one.
Alright, and put them on mine.
Yours.
And then we are going to get 2 slices each of this fontina cheese.
Whose is this?
Yours. I just bought like a wedge of it and just sliced it, so is that going to stay on that one? And I'll do the other one the opposite way with the big fat side this way. Here. And maybe it'll stay. Now we are going to pop this back in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes.
Can I have that one?
And then it will be time to eat. You serve it drizzled with some sauce, a lump of asparagus
minutes?
on top of your couscous, and you can also put more basil on if you'd like afterwards.
How many minutes?
2 to 3 until the cheese is melted, and then that's it.
Yep. Bye. See you next time.